Starting out, you start right beneath the pole. We shear up to the pole with fine-tooth combs, and from there, you can blend the head wool with hand trimmers, Andes, whatever you prefer. We use hand trimmers. We find that there's less margin of error with the hand trimmers. As you can see, I got a little close with the hand trimmers, but you can go back through and blend all that in. You don't need to worry too much about getting the top of the head blended. Your main focus right now is blending in the back side of the head with the natural angle of the head. You work your way around the back side of the head. I usually try to keep the deepest part of the head wool at a 1/2 inch or shorter. Whenever you're looking at it from this angle, you can see that it follows the natural shape of the head. You'll follow around the back side of the head and the shape of the eyes. I'll try to get on top of the sheep where you can see all the angles. Around the corner right above the eyes, I try to take that really tight and blend that out over top of the eye to remove any puffiness over top of the eyes. Then you'll blend that in over the head. You want from the top of the head down to the point of the nose to be level without any bumps. The deepest part of the wool should be right in between the eyes. Again, I keep this at a 1/2 inch or shorter. You will work your way down to the tear duct of the eye. Most of the time, that is where a lot of the wool will be. You will want to start tight at the tear duct and blend out, leaving some wool on the muzzle. You can go back through to blend and smooth things up on top of the head and the first side of the head that you did. You'll switch to the other side of the head to match the first side. I get behind the sheep and look down on top of it, make it as best as I can from the first side I did. You can see me taking a lot of the wool around the eye socket and getting it tight again. You will want to blend that between the eye and the ear. Once you start getting close to finished on the second side, you will want to blend the head. We shear with listers down to our tags on all the sheep. You don't want to leave large amounts of wool on the ears. Blend that ear wool down into the sheared portion. Starting out on the legs, I will always start on the inside so I can get the leg straight from the front and then work my way around the leg, blending down. We start blending wool about 2 inches above the knee. This removes any hard lines in the wool. Don't forget to circle around on the inside of the leg, blending down. You want to get this wool as tight as possible with the 12-tooth combs. You don't want to leave excessive amounts of wool on the front legs either. You want them to be straight and proportionate. Then you'll take the listers, blending straight down all around the leg again. This gets it tightly blended into the sock. Starting on the back legs, I always go down the back of the hock for my first cut, following the natural angle of the hock on the next few cuts, blending it to make sure the hocks look straight and square. Follow that down, taking excess wool off the legs on the sides. You want the legs to look square and straight. Follow that curve on the hock on the back of the leg, taking excess off of the back, keeping in mind how those sheep will walk. Then you'll go straight down on the inside of the back legs, keeping this a little tighter than the outside. This will help with base width whenever you're looking at them from the rear view. Starting on the fronts of the back legs, I will follow the natural curve of the leg and start cutting down leg wool to match the longest proportion of the wool on the leg. The goal is to have a vertical line from the bottom of the hoof to the hock. Smooth the leg wool out, taking smaller amounts off here and there to make sure that leg looks proportionate and smooth. If a sheep ever moves on you while you're fitting legs, always move the leg back so you can see what the final product will be for the show ring. You want it to be trimmed for how the legs will be set up. You'll do the same things with the listers that we did on the front legs, blending down and smoothing everything up. Once we are finished shearing, fitting, trimming, we always spray a skin conditioner. This helps keep the skin of the sheep feeling fresh and ready for the show ring. We use a horsehair brush to brush that conditioner into the skin instead of it sitting on top of the wool. The horsehair brush is less abrasive than a card.